The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing and happy Derby Day. It's our Kentucky Derby special with Dick and I coming to you from Parks Racing, and we're going to talk to you about what's going on with the Kentucky Derby and other news in horse racing from around the country. On today's show, we're also going to talk about Santa Anita, which had a big card last week. And it was our Turning for Home golf outing. We got lots of support from our horse racing community, all benefiting the wonderful horses of Turning for Home. Let's get right to it.
Yeah, let's get to it. They drew the field. We're leaving for Kentucky a few hours after we're taping the show. But yeah, they drew Monday. It's the first time they've ever drawn Monday, Oaks Day and Derby Day. So we have our 20-horse field. And morning line favorite is Zandon, interesting. And Epicenter, the slight second favorite. And they're kind of away from the rest of the group, at least in terms of the morning line odds. And for the people who don't know what a morning line is, the odds maker, Mike Battaglia, in this case at Churchill Downs, is predicting what the public will do on Saturday.
Not an easy thing to do.
No.
And a lot of buzz going on at Churchill Downs right now. And here's a few more with the contenders.
Do you expect to be the favorite?
You know, I knew it would be close. I have a lot of respect for Epicenter. I could see it going either way by the time they open the gate. Certainly Epicenter has done nothing wrong, and he's clearly one of the horses to beat. So, you know, in the end of the day, it won't really matter. Just the result will, who was favored or and such. They're very close, those two horses, and just behind them, there's probably 5 or 6 horses that are really close as well. So it's a pretty deep field.
I have so much confidence in Epicenter right now, overdoing it with a horse like him. You know, he has taken a lot of training extremely easy, and I thought he took the Louisiana Derby extremely easy, how he came back, you know, from the test barn and walked into the barn, and that's why his training or his works ever since have been faster or stronger than is the norm for me.
I mean, a really solid field of 20 horses. They all deserve to be there.
No, it's always fun. And there's no standout, no American Pharoah, no California Chrome, no Justify, but a lot of really good horses. All the right horses are in the race, Danny, as you said, and looking forward to it. I wrote about it on Let'sGoRacingParks.com this week about my first visit to the Derby. This will be 34, but most importantly, it's number 1 for Danny, and we look forward to seeing her at the Derby with a hat for Friday and a hat for today.
Oh yeah, we got lots of luggage and lots of clothes, that's for sure. And I'm really excited. They did the draw. Obviously, that's just going to change the complexion a little bit when you get those post numbers.
Yeah, it does. And look, the undercard's terrific. We might be gambling on these undercards, possibly. Just one time, the terrific Pennsylvania bred, the story that Bruce did such a great job on down at Keeneland when she won the Grade 1 Madison. She will be in the Derby City Distaff on Saturday. The undercard, $750,000. She's the 2, and she will be dangerous. Obligatory is in there for Bill Mott, and there's a lot of the same horses that were in the Madison, but just one time, back again, see if she can win one more time.
That'd be pretty cool if lightning could strike twice, and really exciting for our friends Donnie Brown, Tom Mosteller, and the whole crew.
Absolutely.
But there's going to be a lot of excitement if you can't make it to Churchill right here at Parks Racing. We do have good races here Saturday, great races in fact. Gates open at 10, post time's 12:05. They're bringing back the family fun, pony rides, which is a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
DJ, if you want to get your dance on.
There you go. Yeah, it's the first Saturday card of many through the Triple Crown races. There'll be some others during the summer, and of course, Breeders' Cup Day and Pennsylvania Derby Day on September 24th. All Saturdays here at Parks.
Can't wait to get that picnic filled up and see everyone enjoying themselves. Well, we're going to have more on the Kentucky Derby later, and of course, Dick and I's picks for who we think's going to get the roses. But let's get to some local racing right here. It was Monday's 10th race in allowance optional claiming for the $40,000 tag. The purse is $42,000, going 6 furlongs, fillies and mares. Now, our post-time favorite is 2-1 on this Harvest Moon. Trainer Kate DeMassey, Ruben Silvera gets the ride.
Yeah, easy for you to say. I love these names that just go on forever, all one word. But yeah, Kate and Ruben, a pretty strong combination.
They sure are. Now, Wild Delight is also 2-1, but the money is on this Harvest Moon.
Right, on this Harvest Moon, a slight 2-1 favorite.
Well, Jose Antonio Gomez, that apprentice, will get the ride on Wild Delight. We see him doing a lot in winning up in New York as well as here at Parks, and he will ride for Butch Reed. Here's Chris Griffin with our local race of the week.
On this Harvest Moon, who's up by 3/4 of a length. Center of the racetrack is Ilkner. Paper Mansion is in between horses. No room for Wild Delight. Jose Gomez will have to make a decision from there. Is in the 4th spot as they've got less than 4 furlongs to go. A wide run from E.T.'s Moon Maiden. The leader is On This Harvest Moon. On This Harvest Moon takes him into the far turn, went 22-2 for that opening quarter mile. Now stretches out that margin, is up by a clear length and a half. Ilkner is engaged right up on the outside. Now some clear running room here for Wild Delight at the rail, is in 3rd. They're approaching a quarter mile to go. On This Harvest Moon, Ilkner is engaged, and here comes Ilkner cruising right on by. A quick look back there from Jorge Vargas Jr. Ilkner now asks the question and is opening up. On This Harvest Moon is not going anywhere. His game is sticking right with this leader. Ilkner is not put away On This Harvest Moon, and they're shoulder to shoulder here as they approach a 16th to go. Now Ilkner is pushing on by. Ilkner, On This Harvest Moon. Ilkner will get the victory. Bobby Moscow trains another one.
Well, Ilkner gets the win for Bobby Moscow, who had a really good Monday. Nice filly, really well bred. It was a 2-horse race between Ilkner and second place finisher On This Harvest Moon.
Yeah, it was almost like a match race, Danny. Like you said, On This Harvest Moon to the front. Ilkner always right there and kind of eased by late to win the race for Bobby Moscow, who's having another good run.
Yeah, Jack Armstrong. It looks like they claimed this horse down at Gulfstream Park, and very well bred filly. Excited to see more from her, and obviously she's a Pennsylvania bred, so that had to be appealing for
Right,
them.
and always great to see Jack in a winner's circle.
Definitely. Well, we're going to head to our first break. When we come back, lots more about the Kentucky Derby, plus racing from Santa Anita. We'll be right back after this break.
Juan Hernandez and Stiletto Boy showing the way 3/4 of a length.
Saturday, May 7th, it's Kentucky Derby Day. And yes, we are racing at Parks. Bring the family for all the fun in the Parks Picnic Grove. Who loves live music? A DJ from 10 to noon, followed by Vinyl Countdown. Don't miss the Kentucky Derby Hat Contest, brought to you by the Pennsylvania Horse Racing Association. Urban Village Brewing brings you chomping at the bit. Get a free mug with draft purchase while supplies last. Gates open at 10 a.m. First post at Parks is 12:05. Join us and watch and wager on the Kentucky Derby at Parks Racing.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The PA Horse Breeders Association introduces the Pennsylvania Stallion Series. 4 brand new races to be run at Parks for PA-sired, PA-bred 2-year-olds. There are 2 $100,000 contests on August 22nd. PA Day at the races. September 24th, PA Derby Day has 2 more races, each with a $200,000 purse. The PA Stallion Series. Yet another reason why Pennsylvania is the premier place to breed and race. For more, please visit pabred.com.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national coverage is brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem's not on the back of your car or truck, well, you did pay too much. Let's get sent out to the West Coast, Santa Anita. It's the Grade 2 Californian going 1 1/8 miles. $200,000 is the purse, and Express Train is our favorite for trainer John Sheriffs.
Yeah, 2-5 coming off a gigantic win in the Santa Anita Handicap. Has started the year 2 for 2 and an obvious favorite for sure, Express Train.
Stiletto Boy takes second choice, gets Juan Hernandez for Ed Mosier.
Yeah, Stiletto Boy was in that big cap, was third, beaten 5 lengths. This potentially, Danny, I mean, as you look around the race, you're saying, you know, who could be in front of this race? And I didn't see Stiletto Boy, but somebody did.
Absolutely. Well, here is the call of the Californian.
They're going to be compact as they make their way onto the backstretch. Juan Hernandez and Stiletto Boy Showing the way 3/4 of a length. Victor Espinoza and Express Train getting a little bit closer in second. Espinoza keeping busy on Express Train as they come to the half-mile pole. Holding the loot is at the rails throughout, and then Spielberg. Less than a half-mile to go in the Californian, and Stiletto Boy doing it nicely on the front end. Express Train a length back second, and these two have separated themselves from Holding the Loot and Spielberg. Stiletto Boy is going to be tough, and Stiletto Boy comes to the quarter pole with a length and a half advantage. Express Train fully extended second. Now it's about 10 to Holding the Loot and Spielberg. They pass the quarter pole and turn for home. Express Train starting to get going now. Has to run down Stiletto Boy, who's putting in a stellar effort with a furlong left to go. Stiletto Boy 3/4. Express Train trying his best, but Stiletto Boy is too strong. And Stiletto Boy makes every pole a winning one in the Californian.
Stiletto Boy getting the win, and jockey Juan Hernandez has to be happy because with Umberto Rispoli and Flavian Pratt heading east, he is one of the top dogs out there.
I think he's the man out in Southern California now, and he proved it. Look, there didn't look like much speed on paper, so he said, I'll take the initiative. He went out there, and as good as Express Train was, and he ran a phenomenal race, he just never could get by. Victor Espinoza at the end, when he realized he wasn't getting there, just eased up. 1:08 buyer for Stiletto Boy, the race of his life. Express Train second. The third horse was 22 lengths behind.
Yeah.
That's how much the first two dominated.
Stiletto Boy was moving. Nice win for him. Well, we're going to stay at Santa Anita. It's the Grade 2 Santa Margarita Stakes, going 1.1 miles for our fillies and mares. And our favorite is Park Avenue, who's actually our second choice.
Yeah, Miss Bigley's the favorite.
Thank you. Yeah, she
on
is.
the other page.
Oh, that's right. I threw it off. There it is. Miss Bigley.
Miss
In the
Bigley,
back, even money.
And even money for Phil D'Amato. But yeah, it drives me crazy when they're on the wrong page.
I know. We'll talk about rolling with it. Well, Park Avenue does take second choice for John Sadler, Juan Hernandez.
Yeah, there's Juan Hernandez again, a horse who just came off a big win by almost 3 lengths.
Here's the call of the San Margarita Stakes.
They head to the 6 furlong pole, and it's Park Avenue in front by a length and a half. Sharapova's in second. Bye-Bye Birdie inches up willingly in third. Then comes Blue Stripe fourth, and Miss Bigley outside of her, just 3 lengths off the lead as she takes the 4th spot. Another 2 back to Bellamore as they approach the half-mile pole. Then it's a gap of 5 back to Varda on the outside of Lisette and Midnight Jamboree. They have a half-mile left to run, and it's Park Avenue on the outside. Bye-Bye Birdie. Sharapova is in between those two. Miss Bigley is 4th, has 3 lengths to make up as 3 of them line up past the 3/8 pole. Down at the rail, Blue Stripe is next, then Bellamore, Varda, followed by Lisette, and Midnight Jamboree has trailed throughout. They have a 1/4 mile to go. Bye-Bye Birdie, tackled on the outside by Miss Bigley. Park Avenue struggling. Here's Blue Stripe making a wide and dangerous bid as they turn for home. Miss Bigley takes the lead. Blue Stripe is out after her in second. They're followed by Bye-Bye Birdie and Park Avenue coming to the 16th pole. Miss Bigley 2-length lead. Blue Stripe continues to fire hard on the outside. And here's Blue Stripe to take care of it in the Santa Margarita. Wins it by a length and a half.
Blue Stripe, the Argentinian bred, getting the win, and that was the 3rd win on the card for jockey Tyler Bays.
Yeah, Tyler Bays had a good day. It's interesting. This mare, who's a filly then, was in the Breeders' Cup Distaff last year. Danny, off a long layoff from May. First race in the U.S., 53-1. Was really no factor with Frankie Dettori, but this was a pretty good training job because she came running at the end to run by Miss Bigley, who I thought had the race won.
Certainly,
and then she didn't.
Certainly was. And Santa Anita had a huge day. We're going to stay there with another race. It's a really good race, in fact, the Grade 2 Charles Whittingham Stakes. This is on the downhill turf going 1.25 miles. $225,000 is the purse, and our favorite is Beyond Brilliant. John Sheriff's teaming back up with jockey Victor Espinoza.
Yeah, well named. She's all speed in a race where it looked like she might be the only speed. So Beyond Brilliant, very dangerous.
And Leonard Powell sends out Dicey Mo Chara, who gets second choice at 3-1.
Yeah, I love the name, Dicey Mo Chara. It's just a fun name. I know Frank Miramati enjoys calling the Great Britain bred Dicey Mo Chara.
And this race named after the great Charlie Whittingham. Here's the call.
Beyond Brilliant, who takes him into the far turn with a 1.5 length lead. Master of Foxhounds now pushed to get closer, cuts it back down to 3/4. Gold Phoenix has been in a good spot every step of the way. Greg Dar is next. Then Dean Martini, Majestic Eagle. Dicey Mochara has trailed throughout. Beyond Brilliant is the leader. Master of Foxhounds within a length second. Gold Phoenix and Greg Dar inside the 8th pole, and Beyond Brilliant keeps on going. Master of Foxhounds has not surrendered. He's trying him one last time, but Beyond Brilliant is just too strong.
And Beyond Brilliant and Victor Espinoza, they got the distance. That was a question for sure, and they sure did get in the win.
Yeah, it just controlled the race from the start. Victor must have felt really good because he was chasing the whole time in the earlier race. This time they were chasing him, could never catch him.
Victor Espinoza, one of the top jockeys, Triple Crown winning jockey, and it'll be interesting. He doesn't have a mount in the Kentucky Derby this year, does he?
He does not. Victor doesn't get as many mounts, but I will tell you this, with all the Pratt, Rispoli leaving California, he's going to be back in, I think he's going to be back in vogue, and he's riding the big horses like Mike Smith.
Absolutely. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk more about the Kentucky Derby, and of course, all about the PTHA. We are returning for home golf outing, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Turning for Home had a huge event last week. It was a charity golf outing, and we had such an outpouring from our local racing community, lots of support, sponsorship, and we raised approximately $45,000. Wow. Very, very proud of that.
No, it was great. A great idea by our fearless leader, Jeff Maddie, and it carried out. Look, it's the first time it had been done in forever. I mean, way back when there were some of these golf things, but not for Turning for Home. So the turnout was awesome. I was out there trying to play golf. Bruce was out there shooting people trying to play golf. Some really good golfers out there, and I was playing with a few of them. I wasn't one of them. But yeah, it was fun. And the most important thing was, as you said, 45,000 raised for Turning for Home.
Yeah, it almost makes me a little choked up to even talking about it. I mean, the support we had from owners, trainers, jockeys, horsemen, vendors, people in the industry. I mean, they know how important Turning for Home is, and I felt the love, that's for sure.
That was cool. Silent auction raised some money. Obviously, the golf itself raised money. Danny and I were giving out derby selections. So, yeah, it was just a very, very cool day, and let's do it again next year.
Well, let's talk about who won. We like winners here. It was Dr. Chavanis' team that took the thing. It had Ralph Riviezzo, Mary Chavanis, his wife, and Todd Mosteller.
Yeah, apparently a very strong group. I think they finished -9.
No, we also had longest drive, and that was Gerard Whitebird, our track maintenance supervisor. His son, Junior, and he works here on the track as well. And closest to the pin was Dennis Walzinski from Archer and Griner. But a really great day. We hope to make it even bigger next year. Here's more on the golf tournament.
I'd like to just thank all of our sponsors. You know, we had a lot of grade 3 sponsors, a lot of whole sponsors. It goes to show you how important Parks Racing is, how important the PTHA is, and how important Turning for Home is. Turning for Home is everything we do. All of these tracks, all of these casinos, they have racing, they have slots, but not all of them have a Turning for Home. And Danielle Montgomery has done a tremendous job with that program. And I just want to thank her, and we're just going to keep carrying that momentum forward. So thank you very much, Danielle.
This is the first golf outing that we've had in a really long time, and it's a huge success. This was the brainchild of our new executive director, Jeff Maddie. He pulled this together at Bensalem Township Country Club. He used to work here, and it's all for the horses, and we've got our big sponsors out here, Archer Law, Parks Racing. We had, our COO, Joe Wilson, and our announcer, Chris Griffin, Griffin and the whole team, Rich Romano, all the people that support us year in and year out and help us get the word out about the horses.
When I thought about it, it turned out to be the perfect marriage between golf and horse racing, because it's the two sports where most of the people have excuses for why it wasn't them that caused the result. It was the wind, it was the track. So there are two sports that mesh really well because basically they have excuses for what happened, no matter what happened. But I'm really pleased. I'm pleased for the Turning for Home program. I'm pleased to have all the people turn out. I want to thank the entire staff, you too, Bruce, for everything you've done. This has been a terrific changeover and transition, and I'm really proud of what the people have done.
Got to get to our jockey and trainer of the week. Of course, our jockey Sylvester Gonzalez came out and participated in the golf outing. He also had 3 wins on Monday.
Very nice.
And our trainer of the week, Halim Lee, had 2 wins at Barn. We're going to see heating up, but we've got to talk more about this Kentucky Derby. I am beyond excited.
Yeah, and on the undercard, we got the Pate Mile with the return of Jack Christopher. Remember, he was a really hot 2-year-old, didn't make the Breeders' Cup, and we have the return of Jackie's Warrior, the Gallant Bob winner from last year. He's already run once this year. He'll be in the one of the undercard sprint races, so looking forward to not just the Derby, but all the races around.
Oh yeah, 8 monster stakes on the day, and here's more on the Kentucky Derby.
Cyberknife, I thought, drew well. He's got a speed horse to the outside of him. But overall, I think it's a good position. All 3 shouldn't be in the gate too long, standing and waiting. Obviously, Zozos drew well outside. He'll be able to break running, hopefully put himself in a good early start position, maybe even up close or right behind the leaders. We'll see how that goes. And Tawny Port, I don't think it means a tremendous amount where he draws just based off his running style or what I expect to see, the way I expect to see him run a 1.25 miles, I should say. So, overall, pretty happy. I'm content with all 3 being kind of outside.
I do think we've got it spot on right now, fingers crossed, but he is doing really well. He got a little tired in the bluegrass. I think he needed that race, especially the fact that we laid him a little closer than the eventual winner. And I think Flavian Pratt timed the ride really well on Zandon, and I think Zandon ran a huge race. So we've got to make up a couple links there, and we've got to make a couple links up on Epicenter as well. But those horses, Zandon has less races under his belt than Epicenter, but Epicenter we may have seen the best of, and we're going to maybe haven't seen the best of us yet.
What about Tiz the Mom, Kenny? Obviously, he's a great wild card in this race. His form stacks up. Obviously he beats Tawny Port and the Jeff Ruby, but he's got the dirt win at Ellis, but underachieved in the race in the Holy Bull. What's your expectations about the dirt with him? We're
going to allow him to run early and maybe keep a little adversity out of his way. I mean, he's got enough speed to go out. He broke his maiden in 23:47. He's got that kind of speed if you need it, and I'm gonna let him run early. And this horse got a serious chance too. I mean, he's leading earner in the race. I think he's made over $1 million, and he's really only got one bad race on his page, and people are tossing him.
I think it's going to be an honest pace. I don't see it being a scorching pace, but. I think there's a few horses in there that can at least ensure that that no one's walking the dog.
Is Mo Donegal? I mean, he overcame what is a speed favoring track, but is he with his style? Often those horses are sort of pace dependent, but do you think he's got that sort of middle move or something that negates that?
I think he's got a pretty long sustained run to him, which his final 3/8 in the Remsen and the Wood Memorial were really strong. You don't see that many horses come home in 23 and change at Aqueduct going 1 1/8, and he ran down a horse that had things his way up front. So I thought it was an impressive run, and gives every indication that the 1 1/4 is going to be to his liking.
Absolutely, going to be a ton of fun. And again, all the fun's going to be at Parks as well. We do race here. Post time's 12:05, and of course our friends at the Jersey Shore Monmouth Open as well.
Yeah, and the last race here, Danny, will be about 2 hours before the Derby, so people can obviously hang around, and there will be betting. There will be lots of betting.
It's fun to watch it on the big screen, that is for sure. Well, make sure you do that, because it is sure a lot of fun. Well, I can't wait to give our picks and news and notes.
Coming up next, I know that's what everybody's been waiting for. We're going to give selections.
We have to make a commitment, and we're going to do that right here and after our next break.
Saturday, May 7th, it's Kentucky Derby Day. And yes, we are racing at Parks. Bring the family for all the fun in the Parks Picnic Grove. Who loves live music? A DJ from 10 to noon, followed by Vinyl Countdown. Don't miss the Kentucky Derby Hat Contest, brought to you by the Pennsylvania Horse Racing Association. Urban Village Brewing brings you chomping at the bit. Get a free mug with draft purchase while supplies last. Gates open at 10 a.m. First post at Parks is 12:05. Join us and watch and wager on the Kentucky Derby at Parks Racing.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Breeding thoroughbreds is a complicated business, but one that is done for the love of the horse and the sport of horse racing. Founded in 1948, the Pennsylvania Horse Breeders Association is a not-for-profit organization focused on the breeding and care of thoroughbred horses. PHBA is responsible for managing all aspects of the Pennsylvania Breeding Fund and the official registration, marketing, and promotion of Pennsylvania-bred thoroughbred racehorses. PHBA works with industry leaders to help bring reform and benefits to breeders, owners, racetracks, and the general public. Breeding thoroughbreds is a unique and gratifying lifestyle, one that allows participants an experience unmatched in its emotional intensity and in the enduring social relationships it forges. Whether you're currently a breeder or considering getting involved in this exciting industry, the Pennsylvania Horse Breeders Association can help in your quest to master the complexities of breeding a thoroughbred.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. It's time for news and notes brought to you by the Granny Fund, which provides continuing education for our backstretch community. Drum roll, this is the moment. We're going to give our picks for the Kentucky Derby. You go first, Dick.
Epicenter, he's the horse I've liked the whole way. I think he's the horse most likely to run well. I'm framing all my bets around him. Is he a cinch? No. I've given out cinches before. California Chrome was a cinch.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I like the fact that he drew inside because I think that's going to make Rosario commit. I want him up near the front. Other speed is Messier, obviously, Taba, and on the far outside, the 17 Classic Causeway. Perfect world, Epicenter's in front. The realistic world, he's sitting third or fourth in the clear coming out of the first turn. And Steve Asmussen, after an 0 for 23, gets his first Derby win.
Absolutely. Well, I think Epicenter's got a good chance, but I'm sticking with my original horse, Mo Donegal, even though he did draw the 1. I felt a little sick. And something about Tiz the Bomb, I can't get him out of my head. I'm using him somewhere.
Right.
But I think Todd Pletcher is primed to have a huge Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, Mo Donegal, and I do not think the 1 is as big a problem as it used to be with the new starting gate now that we're in the third year of it. If you just look at pictures that I sent to you,
did.
The 1 post is much more on the racetrack than it used to be.
Well, Irad's going to have to work out a trip.
He
Well,
is.
hope you guys have as much fun as we do. Make sure you come out here to Parks, and we can't wait to tell you all about our Kentucky Derby when we come back. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Speaker's Corner has early speed. Hot Rod Charlie, Midnight Bourbon, American Revolution. American Revolution, a 16th to go. Hot Rod Charlie is opening up. Hot Rod Charlie will win the Pennsylvania.